So, Anthony, the stock market dove a year ago, and in a matter of a couple months, it was back. And the people that dove out of the stock market because they were at home being quarantined 1 year ago right now
are upset,
were freaked out.
Yep.
And they thought, oh, this pandemic is truly the end of the world. The stock market, I mean, you know, they were really, there was terror. There was a lot of real fear.
Yes.
And you and I are doing a lot of media then. All the Ramsey personalities were doing streaming events out of here. The message of hope went out. We did all these different things trying to get people to calm down and just go back up, pan out, have a long-term perspective. This too shall pass. And it passed from an investment perspective faster than the actual virus passed.
Absolutely.
I mean, I thought the investments might take a year to come back and the COVID would be gone in a month.
Yeah.
And it's quite the opposite.
Yeah.
It's taken a year to get the COVID stuff out of most people's systems. It's not out of everybody's system yet.
Right.
And but the investments have been back a long time.
Yeah.
They came back quick. And if you have, all the data tells us that if you have a professional in your corner that talk you off the ledge, keep you from panicking, that you have a higher probability of making money. It's not that their investments necessarily are better than you would have picked on your own.
Right.
It's that you don't jump off a cliff.
Absolutely. You know, my investor, Dave, when I called my smart investor, he said, hey, and this is something I've heard you say, but he said, do not forget, on paper, yes, it's going to go down. But when you take it out, that's permanent. It will go back up. It has to go back up. And he said, it was probably like around last September. He suspected it will be back up within 8 months. And David, it went right back up. And the numbers were very well. And I remember all of us begging people, do not touch your investments. Do not touch your 401k. Even though the government was giving you a way out, do not touch your Roth IRAs. Do not touch none of the stuff. And now I have friends who have called me and said I messed up.
Oh yeah. They wouldn't listen to you.
Wouldn't
listen to me. Wouldn't, you know? It's like, and that's your Smart Investor Pro was correct. When it goes down and you sell, you actually have locked in. We call it, you locked in your losses.
There you go.
You guaranteed that you're going to lose money.
Yes, sir.
Because you just did.
Yeah.
You know, and so versus I remember somebody said to Warren Buffett one time, the price of the stock portfolio that he had went down several $1 billion in one of these downturns, and they said, Mr. Buffett, you just lost several $1 billion, and he said, no, I didn't.
Only on paper.
I haven't sold it.
Yeah.
When I sell it, that's when I've lost it.
Yep.
When it comes back up, did I gain it? No, not till did you make several billion? No, not till I sell it.
Right.
So it's just, you haven't made anything until you actually put the money in your pocket or put the loss in your pocket and lock it in.
Yeah.
And so, but the data tells us that just like having a personal trainer gives you a better chance of winning, just like having a coach inside Ramsey Plus gives you a better chance of finishing your debt snowball.
Yeah.
A Smart Investor Pro in your corner gives you a better chance of staying in the investment, which is actually the statistical key.
Yeah.
The secret sauce is not figuring out the perfect investment. The secret sauce is keep investing and never stop.
Never stop. Yep. And also one of the secret sauce, David, I think, which I love hearing you, even at your level of status, you still have a Smart Investor Pro that just educates you on certain things when you meet with them on a yearly basis. And I was like, man, I'm constantly learning. Even when I was even a little fearful myself last year, Dave, I said, all right, cool. I'm going to trust Dave. I'm going to trust you all. I'm not going to touch this thing. And Dave, I'm trying to tell you, even a small fear that did hit me for a quick second. I ain't going to say.
Sure. No, it does. I mean,
it hit.
You're not human if you're not facing some big blow up thing like a pandemic and you don't go, oh my God, what's happening here?
Yeah.
I mean, in 2008, I remember distinctly sitting. I had done 3 shows on Fox in New York, and the stock market has gone off a cliff.
Ooh.
I mean, it went from 13,000 to 6,500. I mean, it's going off a cliff. And I remember sitting in the steakhouse there right next to Fox. Sharon and I went over there for lunch after I just finished Neil Cavuto, and I'd been in there with Neil. Neil's smart as a whip, and he's like, aren't you scared? No, I'm not scared. No, I'm not scared. I kept saying, no, I'm not scared. And then I'm sitting there in New York City in this steakhouse, and I'm watching these big red letters go across the side of the Fox building, watching the stock market drop. Minute by minute by minute, it's dropping. And I know this stuff. I teach this stuff.
Right.
And I'm going, people that are smarter than me are scared. Maybe I should be scared.
Right.
And I said, Sharon, am I dumb for not being scared? And she said, no, we actually know what we're doing. We've been through these kinds of things before, and we're people of faith. We don't place all of our happiness based on the size of our stinking bank account.
Exactly.
Anyway, and we've been broke before, and we didn't lose our minds then. We can be broke again. We'll be all right, but we're not going to be broke. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. I mean, and that's how I felt too, Dave. Honestly, I was, okay, get over this fear and keep on moving. And I'm so grateful that I didn't do it. So grateful my family didn't do it. But I have to be honest. I was sad and hurt that my friends didn't listen.
Yeah. Well, you got to have somebody in your corner to talk you off the ledge. That's what it comes down to.